Yeah, it's really interesting because, I mean, you see this sort of thing happening at a much higher level in the Premiership, so it's really exciting to be involved in it ourselves. I don't know how, it doesn't really matter, you know. I mean, all we know is we've got to go out and try and win a game of football, and then what Carlisle do is up to them. But you know, should we win, it may sort of dent them. I don't know. I don't really know. I've never been in that situation before. All I can say is that, you know, we're looking forward to this live game now.
Best of luck today. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks.
Of course, Paul Fairclough won the conference with Stevenage a few years back, 96, and couldn't go up because of ground limitations. So he knows all about this conference, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does, and he's the England non-league manager, so he's got a vast array of help with his scouting network over the country, and he has in the summer brought in some terrific players, and as you say, he's had the experience of winning it before, so as you could see there, I don't think he's fazed by cheap comments from another manager. He just gets on with his own thing, and you know, it's probably the right way to prepare, I think.
Yeah, Graham Westley has been stirring things up a bit. Which is the bigger club then now, Stevenage or Barnet?
Ooh, I wouldn't like to say that. Barnet's done very well. I mean, a couple of years ago, they've had this relegation on the last day of the season against Torquay, and there's been a lot of rebuilding that's gone on, and they've got a very good group of players. The fan base is getting bigger, but Stevenage is a big club. They've got big money there behind the scenes, and they've got a big fan base, and the ground's in good order. They've got a good academy, and they've got some good young players coming through. So with the resources that's available to them, you've got to say that Barnet are at the moment well ahead.
Bit of spice to this game, that's for sure. Graham Westley is the Stevenage manager. He's with Johnny now.
Graham, I know you weren't happy about Barnet appealing against the suspensions they've got today. Why was that?
I was disappointed really with everything that went on last week, typified by, you know, the situation where we lost possession of the ball, gave them possession of the ball when the injury happened to Woodman. They refused to give it back. I think the spirit of the game needs to be better than that. I understand they were disappointed they were losing, but you know, everything that went on was disappointing from our point of view. That was last week. Today's today, and we've got to get on with today's game.
Is there still some bad blood there then?
I don't think so. I think you know, what went on happened, and you know, they lost the game, we won it. The most important thing is the 3 points that are available today.
As you mentioned, you won it. Have you got a psychological advantage going into this?
Yeah, I think we have, and you know, we can gain a massive psychological advantage if we win a second game today. We have to win if we're going to win the championship. We're too far adrift. We had a bad start to the season, but we're chasing. We're hot on their heels. They're looking over their shoulder, and a second win today will be a big problem for them.
You are a long way adrift. Do you really think you can win the championship?
Yeah, I mean, today's win will put us within 13 points of them, which sounds a lot, but it was 20 points, you know, a week or so ago, and if we win that game in hand, it will just be 10. So we'll have gained 10 points very, very quickly, 4 or 5 games, and you know, you look forward, we've got 18 games to gain another 10, well doable.
Overall, how happy are you with the situation you're in at the moment?
Very, have to be. You know, I came in here nearly 2 years ago. We were 21st in the league and arguably getting relegated. Managed to escape, finished 12th, 8th last season. We're currently 5th in the table with a game in hand. So, you know, we've progressed. We're going okay. And if we continue to progress as we have done the early weeks of this season, then you know, we've got something to look forward to in May.
Best of luck today, Graham. Cheers.
Great, thanks.
Well, Barnet fans are planning a protest at half-time in this game because they can't get any joy, Martin, out of the council in terms of rebuilding or extending Underhill. It's a problem, isn't it, for them if they do get back into the Football League?
It certainly is, yes. They need to have some income through the week, and they certainly do need some help from the council, and I don't know how it's going to happen, and I don't know the details of it all myself, but for the club to progress, they do need some help from and backing from the local council, and let's hope they do it.
Of course, everyone remembers the Barry Fridays, getting into the Football League, you know, exciting days for them then. Do they sometimes live in the past there? Is that the problem?
No, I don't think so. No, they've, you know, like I said earlier, the fan base has gone up. There's a terrific atmosphere there. They've got some very good young players that are coming through. The senior players that are there are doing very well and maintaining their fitness. And as I said earlier, also, Paul Fairclough in the summers brought in and added some more good players, on the way up players, and with a bit of backing from the council, then, you know, this could be another, you know, up-and-coming good club.
Great, we'll get the thoughts of Martin Allen at half-time, but now let's get on with the game, and commentators Clive Walker and Bill Leslie.
Thank you very much, George. There are a few more keenly contested matches for these two in the entire season. The Hertfordshire derby, the highlight of the campaign for many in the this part of the world, and the fact that they met at Broadhall Way on Boxing Day means that there is an immediate chance for Barnet to try and settle a few scores. Well, suspensions have bitten for the home side, with 3 key men all missing. At the back, captain Ian Hendon is out after his 5th booking of the season. He picked that up against Stevenage on Boxing Day. Same with striker Lee Hatch. Former Exeter midfielder Dwayne Lee was sent off in that match. He starts his 4-game ban today. Ben Strevens, Lopez, and the scorer of the winner here against Scarborough last time out, Lee Roache, are the men who come in.
Barnet manager Paul Fairclough goes with a 4-4-2, but we expect them to play a little bit narrow. Lopez and Strevens not naturally wide players. Bailey and Sinclair, though, will add firepower from midfield, can score goals from there. And Grazioli, of course, top goal scorer in the conference so far this season. He'll be up there looking for support from Lee Roache.
Westley was unable to finalise his starting 11 until just a couple of hours ago, but 2 of the 3 injury concerns he had passed their test, including the captain. Just former Farnborough Town defender Barry Laker misses out. That means just 1 change from the side that drew with Northwich Victoria last time out. George Boyd comes into the midfield with the experience of Justin Gregory employed in defence.
Westley sticks with the 4-4-2. Very, very solid. 2 banks of 4. Simon Weatherstone will pull in the strings in midfield, and John Brady raiding down that right-hand side. But it's the pace of Dino Maamria and Anthony Elding up front who will cause all the problems for Barnet today.
In terms of personnel and the concerns, no doubt, for the Barnet fans who've made their way here on a chilly afternoon in very healthy numbers, is how the lack of the 3 key players, Hatch up front, in midfield Dwayne Lee, and at the back their captain Ian Hendon, how that will affect the whole nature of the performance.
I think it's, as Paul Fairclough said, you know, that's going to be interesting to see without his players, but I think he's got enough firepower there. I mean, we talked about Grazioli, obviously, but Nicky Bailey and Dean Sinclair from midfield can score goals. Ben Strevens, of course, as well, he can play up front as well as play wide, but I think he'll be coming in at the far post with some big headers there.
Both managers, no doubt, looking to their key men. The top 2 scorers in the conference, Giuliano Grazioli, who captains the Barnet side today in the absence of Ian Hendon, and Anthony Elding as well for Stevenage, who will start up front for the visitors. Hertfordshire pride is at stake in the January sunshine here at Underhill. The runaway leaders, can Stevenage peg them back? All the action live from Underhill is up and coming after the break.
Oh, the things we inherit. Dark eyes, lucky us. And sensitive skin, not so lucky. Because when your scalp's sensitive, how do you deal with dandruff?
Introducing new Head & Shoulders Sensitive. Without colours and strong fragrances, it leaves your hair 100% flake-free, beautifully soft and shiny.
You can't choose what you're born with, but you can choose your shampoo.
New Head & Shoulders Sensitive. Log on to headandshoulders.co.uk for your free bottle. Dandruff has a sensitive solution.
Do you forget little things?
Every time.
Like your keys? Putting out the bins? Valentine's Day?
Mom!
Loo roll?
No, you said that you were bringing your wallet out.
Money? Umbrellas? The batteries in your smoke alarm? Remember, test them every week. Push the button, not your luck.
Bank Holiday Monday from the Coca-Cola Championship. Reading take on Derby. In association with Powerade 5:30 Sky Sports 1. Then from the Premiership. West Bromwich Albion.
Zoltan Gira has scored. Earnshaw celebrates in style.
Face Newcastle.
Super goal for Newcastle United. Oh, what about that?
Fourth Monday Night Football 7:30 Sky Sports 1.
Barnet against Stevenage, the first of our double bill in the conference this afternoon for you. Martin Allen is with me. Just looking at the teams there, the commentators gave us, Martin, 3 suspended players, Hendon, Hatch and Lee for Barnet. That's a huge chunk out of their team, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Ian Hendon's done a fantastic job there, and Liam Hatch is a good player, a big, strong centre forward. And Dwayne Lee's come from Exeter and done very well, and yeah, they are key players. How do they get over that? What does Paul Fairclough say to them? I mean, he's obviously saying the youngsters have got a great chance, isn't he? Well, he's putting some young boys. You know, I'm not too sure. Sinclair, Bailey and Batt have come in for him, and young Lee Roache up front. He scored last week in the with 10 minutes to go to get them the winner. So, as he said, it's a local derby. The young boys have got their chance. He's been brave enough to stick them in, but he hasn't got a big squad there, and you know, it's their chance to come in and impress. OK, all set up. Let's rejoin Clive Walker and Bill Leslie.
Well, just 20 miles separate these two clubs, and in terms of the table, the gap may seem much larger after their best ever start to a conference season. The Bees are 11 points clear of second place Carlisle, who are in action, of course, against Morecambe later on. And Barnet now 16 points ahead of their guests today. Well, Graham Westley's target is for that deficit to be reduced by 13 to 2 o'clock this afternoon. And with a game in hand on the leaders as well, he feels promotion is still well within their grasp.
I think this is an important point as well, the fact that Barnet have won the toss and are going to be kicking down second half. The slope is a massive thing here at Underhill. I expect Stevenage to power forward in the first 20 minutes or so, kicking down the hill.
Well, Paul Fairclough would have you believe that it's not Barnet who are under pressure, despite the fact that they have lost 2 of their last 3 league games in the conference. It's Stevenage who have the onus on them, because they can't afford to drop too many points. A chase for Grazioli. This is against the Stevenage captain, Jason Goodliffe.
He's done well there, Goodliffe. Just looking over his shoulder. He wasn't sure if Grazioli would get the drop on him there. Just a little bit more pace, but he's done well just to get to the ball first, get across. Grazioli.
As you'd expect, a high-tempo start to a local derby. Certainly tempers boiled over when they met here last season. 2 red cards, 8 yellows as well in last season's game, which also featured a 20-man brawl. So watch out for the spark that could ignite hot tempers here on a chilly afternoon at Underhill.
Well, that's one of the things the managers would have been saying beforehand. Can we be careful of our challenges, especially early on in the game? Don't want to fire it up into a brawl, but problem here.
Maamria closing down. Barnet just able to get a touch back to Scott Tynan, the 21-year-old in goal for them.
I thought Simon Clist was taking a chance there by taking a touch. The ball is always going to run away down the hill. And he just thought, for a moment, there's a chance there for Stevenage.
It's one of the features you notice when you just take a look at the 2 lineups, and that's the difference in age and experience. The average age of this Barnet side is just 22. Several players over 30 in the Stevenage lineup. And in a local derby such as this, I wonder if that may be a factor. You're always looking for little things that may point one way or another towards the outcome.
Yeah, I think it's something that Graham Westley obviously sticking with the more experienced side, and guys who've been around, been around the conference for a long time and into the league as well. But Fairclough has gone with the youth, probably because he's had to a little bit with the injuries and suspensions that he's got.
Woodman at 33 among the more experienced players. He's in goal. A long clearance from Maamria, and the first opportunity on goal cannot be taken by Anthony Elding.
That's a bit of a nothing ball, isn't it? Just a long ball into the box. Again, the slope causing a problem. Maamria getting the flick on, and Anthony Elding really should have done a lot better here, and he knows it by the look on his face. I think he's trying to just help it over the goalkeeper, Scott Tynan, but he stayed on his line. Elding had time and space to bring the ball down and maybe pass it into the back of the net.
Well, he's in good goal-scoring form this season, Anthony Elding. Averages goal every other game, 13 in all competitions in the 26 he played before today. Only Grazioli has scored more than him in the nationwide conference. with the throw for Barnet. Stevenage ensure that it can be returned to Batt. He has a chase on his hands, but it'll just drift away to safety.
Just losing out a little bit on quality there from the throw-in. And Batt just looking for a pass back to him with ease so he could deliver it into the box. Barnet losing their way a little bit, but some tough tackling coming in from Simon Clist and Simon King from Stevenage, closing down very, very quickly.
There's Paul Fairclough looking on from the touchline. Reilly wins the header down. It's by Goodliffe. Another chase down the hill for Elding. Now has Maamria pulling away. Dealt with by Barnet.
Important touch there for Ben Strevens, just helping out defensively. Barnet looking under a little bit of pressure. Maamria and Elding there charging down, as we said before. The slope here is enormous and it does give defenders problems, but I'd like to think that the Barnet defenders will be used to it by now.
Well, the combination between a stiff wind here and the slope as well is certainly causing problems for the Barnet defence, and the presence of Maamria upsetting again for the home side as Elding has to combine and pick up the run of Maamria.
See the slope there for Scott Tynan. He's got to kick uphill. It's an immense task for him. It does make the ball travel when you're playing downhill. It does make the ball travel that little bit further. So defensively, you have to give yourself another couple of yards than you normally would.
Well, Barnet's only wins over Stevenage in the conference have both come away from Underhill. 2002 and 2003 both were 2-1 wins. That was the margin of the victory on Boxing Day. First signs of a clash between players as Batt is involved. Trusting Gregory as his opponent, and recovers to touch it away and out of play. Here's Batt again. 20 Damien Batt, signed after being released by the Norwich City Academy. Seen plenty of the ball early on Damien Batt. Certainly appeared to be a hand as Gregory came out, and this is the first time that Barnet have a chance from a set piece to test the Stevenage defence.
A little bit unlucky there just in Gregory. I don't think he's trying to close down, ball trying to be flicked over his head. He's just got his arms raised and it's hit his hand, but free kick's been given. It's now for Simon Clist to fizz this one in across the goal.
Grazioli and Roache both forward. That was well taken by Andy Woodman because he had the sun in his eyes as well.
Good save, wasn't it, under pressure from Yakubu as well.
Just taken on the run of Lee Roache, who scored the winner here last time out against Scarborough.
That's a decent ball in, isn't it, into that far post there, right under the crossbar. Under immense pressure, Andy Woodman, but he takes it well.
Woodman, who started off his career at Crystal Palace, but didn't make any appearances for them. Job that the referee Gary Sutton has this afternoon to keep a lid on things. We are talking to George Boyd.
Yeah, he's got to speak to Boyd here. Once he gives the free kick, he's got to have a word with him, because Damien Batt was away down the right-hand side and really stopped the advantage that Barnet had of going forward. So needs to have a word with Boyd. Just a quiet word in his ear. No yellow card as such yet, but he'll have to be careful, Boyd.
Who came through the ranks at Stevenage, George Boyd, and the only change from the last outing against Northwich made by Graham Westley is Justin Gregory. Sinclair got straight to Batt. Looks for the early ball to pick out Roache.
Again, it's not a bad ball in, is it? Damien Batt, he's done well. Good first touch, good delivery in as well.
Clearance is a high one from Mark Rogers. See the breeze there as it held up. Now Anthony Elding though. convincing appearances. Fortunately for him, it picked out one of his own players, Simon King.
I think what Stevenage has done as well in this early part of the game is to start a very, very high tempo. They want to get on with the game as quickly as they can, push Barnet back down into the deep end, as they say down here, and really take the game to Barnet.
Forward by Goodliffe. Elding is the target in the centre. The flag was up. There'll be a free kick to the home side. Two big physical centre forwards. We've got them in Maamria and Elding. Handful for the young Barnet defence. We've got Ismail Yakubu, very highly rated, but still only 19, and Simon King as well. Yakubu, who has alerted the attentions of several Premiership clubs.
He's had a few trials, weeks away for training, and that Yakubu, he's being looked at constantly. He's been in the side for a number of years now.
Grazioli is beaten in the air by Quinn for Stevenage. Now Batt for Barnet. Lopez. There's Grazioli. He's continued his run, but Gregory should be on hand to clear. It was Quinn who got the final touch away, but Barnet just trying to step it up here. A long-range effort, which was well worth a shot.
Done well there, Nicky Bailey. Great little 1-2 with Lopez. Just didn't quite have the space to find. Obviously, just get his toe underneath it and get it goal bound, but didn't quite get the space for a direct shot.
Nicky Bailey was Paul Fairclough's first signing. You look at this Barnet team, and there are several players that Paul Fairclough has brought to the club. Yakubu, one of them, Clist, Batt, Sinclair too. Most successful manager in Stevenage's history. It's to plot their downfall here this afternoon.
I think this is with Paul Fairclough. I know he'll be no friends today while the game's on anyway from Stevenage, but saw him a little bit earlier on talking to the Stevenage fans. You know, he's still well liked for his part he's done for Stevenage in the past. And he's done a very, very good job here at Barnet, of course, as well. Did a good job with the England non-league side.
He really put Stevenage on the map, didn't he? Took them through 2 successful promotions to reach the conference, and then, as was mentioned before the game, got them to the conference championship, but due to the lack of facilities, they were unable to take their place in the Football League. Here's George Boyd to take on Batt. Battle between the 2 youngsters. No quarter given, as you'd expect.
It's interesting, Damien Batt's got a lot of pace about him. Just looking at George Boyd there, first time I had a chance to see him. Didn't look like he got the pace to get by him. Obviously needs to be a little bit trickier.
Maamria have the strength. Lopez will be pulled back, and Stevenage will take advantage, or certainly look to, from this free kick.
I just think Lopez here dived in a little bit. Yeah, we see the first leg goes in. It's the second leg that wraps around Maamria's legs. And the referee gave the free kick for. If he'd have stayed with the one leg, I think he'd have been a good challenge.
And Stevenage, aerial power count here. Far deep, Elding's header. The touch from Maamria took it just over the bar.
This is a great ball in. What a good delivery this is into the far post area. Anthony Elding finding the space there just to nod it across the face of the goal. And it looks like Maamria's headed it over. I would like to think that goalkeeper Scott Tynan would have had the header covered. Needed to flick it towards the post.
He's got 8 goals so far in all competitions this season for Maamria, but is in a rich vein of scoring form. 8 in his last 7. Including against Barnet on Boxing Day. And applying pressure on themselves. They won't be punished. This is Simon King.
A mistake there by Simon Clist, but fantastic recovery challenge by Nicky Bailey. Good tackle there just to win the ball back for Barnet.
Elding again. And they fall for him once more. Somehow it's cleared away. But Stevenage will come again through Boyd. He's beyond Lopez's challenge. And fouled again in the corner.
Done a bit of a rash challenge there. Diving in by Batt. Just again the referee having a quiet word. Just flicked his legs away. Not malicious. Over enthusiastic perhaps.
This time it's taken shorter. Not quite as effective a set piece as the one that preceded. Boyd with a chase. He's beyond Nicky Bailey. Boyd back. Maamria at full stretch, couldn't direct it on target. And the follow-up shot just sailed wide.
Some good pressure by Stevenage, good ball in by John Brady. Boyd does well to find that space. And that's a nice little clip back for Maamria to the diving header that it looked like it may have been just going wide in the final shot. Slicing away past the post.
Stevenage, who find themselves on top at the moment, but still goalless. There's just around a quarter of an hour played. Already, the visitors dominant.
Well, as I said earlier on, and see attempts on target only one. The Stevenage need to adjust that balance. Shots on target, but I said earlier on with this slope that there is here at Underhill, it's always a big advantage. Stevenage have really pushed forward well.
Goodliffe's header. Strong, crunching challenge. Taken quickly by Barnet. Grazioli in the centre, but there was too much on it, and it's comfortable for Woodman. Looking at the form of Stevenage, over recent weeks they have been better form than the league leaders. Lost the first two games in December, including crashing out of the FA Cup to Rochdale. But since then, they've taken 10 points from a possible 12.
Nearly one for us there. It's been difficult for Barnet to get into the game because of the pressure that Stevenage have put on them. Barnet not being able to play their flowing football. And the midfield players for me at the moment for Barnet, Nicky Bailey and Dean Sinclair, especially Dean Sinclair, really not been in the game perhaps as he'd like to have been.
Westley looking on, I'm sure will tell Stevenage to make it count when they are on top.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, if you're down the slope, you've got the advantages Stevenage have proved so far in this game. It's a time when perhaps they do need to get that elusive first goal, set them up maybe for the second period.
Gregory's throw for Elding. And now a chase for Grazioli. Goodliffe is well positioned to clear the danger away though.
Again, Jason Goodliffe, he's been in the conference now for a long time. He knows the score. He's played against Grazioli before. He knows what he's like. He just gets on your shoulder all the time. And Jason Goodliffe aware of where he is. Just doing the simple things, just dealing with the clearing his lines.
Two captains matching up against each other. A little bit of shirt pulling on this near side. The referee, Mr. Sutton, steps in. Up and under from Bailey. Missed by Goodliffe. He recovers. Now this is Anthony Elding. George Boyd now for Stevenage. Elding. Pastime cross. Just stays in the Underhill Stadium.
It's all a little bit scrappy, isn't it, around that midfield area. Boyd trying to make something of it. Apparently went the wrong way. Could have gone to Maamria through the middle. Went to Elding on that left-hand side. And wasn't really too much of a late challenge there. Looks okay, Elding.
Well, it's been a tremendous start to the season for Barnet, hasn't it? Just losing one of their first 21 games, but they have wobbled recently, losing 2 of the last 3. That's why Graham Westley thinks that they are vulnerable today, and without the key players, 1 in defence, 1 in midfield, 1 in attack, are they there for the taking?
They are a little bit narrow. Guy Lopez we've seen on the ball quite a bit down this right-hand side, and Batt. Roache really hasn't got involved. You'd just like to see him maybe making the runs a little bit wider. Grazioli will stay in the middle. If Roache can get a little bit wider and get some deliveries in, that'll help.
Smart turn by Boyd. And a testing cross as well. Barnet forced to concede a corner kick.
Yeah, he's done well there again, George. Boyd's coming more and more into the game as it goes on. Not too sure about the delivery being the right sort of choice at the end of the day. Aiming a little bit firm.
Danny Bulman, the 25-year-old from Ashford, will take this corner kick. Boyd's cross. Weatherstone now for Stevenage. And a touch from the captain. Just couldn't pick out the run of Maamria. Still it's Stevenage who looked the side most likely to in the early stages of this first half.
I think there's a sign there. Scott Tynan just taking that ball, wanting to play quickly, wanting to get his fullbacks in, Simon Clist and Batt. But Stevenage not allowing him to. I think he needs to look at the pitch and decide, let's get the ball forward and give Barnet a chance to play higher up the park.
Maamria dispossessed quickly by Dean Sinclair. To no avail.
Well, that's poor by John Brady though. He's always standing wide there. You're looking across the line. He had time. Only Bulman who slid the ball through to him. He's got time to look across the line, see that he's onside. But he just strayed a little bit too early, too far forward.
Well, it's Stevenage who have the better record between these two since the first meeting when they're in the same league. That was, what, some 3-4 seasons ago now, back in 2001-2002, following Barnet's relegation from the Football League. Away by Goodliffe. Sinclair's dusted himself down, but quick to react. Here's Rob Quinn. Nicky Bailey now, encouraging Damien Batt forward. Ahead of Lopez, who looks to see that and is able to do so.
We just saw Lee Roache coming a little bit short of saying need to get him a little bit more involved. Just saw him coming a little bit deep and allowing Nicky Bailey and Dean Sinclair both to run right through the heart of the Stevenage defence. Better ball and they might have been in.
Batt's header. To the Barnet fans. Barnet expecting their biggest crowds of the season here today. The largest so far was against Tamworth, just over 2,500. Certainly those that are here making their presence felt on Hertfordshire Derby Day. No goals for either set to celebrate yet though. Here's Guy Lopez. Touch was meant for Bailey. Simon King. Wayward passing from Barnet. Stevenage chance to get forward. Elding. Grazioli was back to help out, which means that Goodliffe unopposed can clear. Yakubu beaten in the air by Maamria. There was a little nudge as well.
Just got in a bit heavy there. Yakubu. Trying to compete now with Maamria and Elding. Oh, free kick though.
Barnet capitalise on it. Strong defending by Rob Quinn. Yakubu again holding on to Maamria. Advantage played by Mr. Sutton. Elding. Stevenage will be upset at that. It was a wonderful situation, but Elding had drifted offside.
Well, I just thought for a moment Simon Clist had left him onside. Yakubu pulling Maamria all over the place. Referee doing well. And then we see the run by Anthony Elding. Probably just a yard in it.
They're a handful, aren't they, the front two, Elding and Maamria?
Well, I think they've caused more problems so far in this game today. The Stevenage front pair and Roache and Grazioli have caused Stevenage's defence, but again, you know, we say about the slope and the way Stevenage are playing as well, quite direct, getting it forward as early as they can.
You look at Lee Roache, who's playing alongside the experience of Grazioli. That's only the oldest player in the Barnet side, heading on his 29th. Roache only really has first-team experience this season. Without the suspended Lee Hatch, it's a makeshift partnership up front. Maamria can't get it. It's come to George Boyd, though. Straight at Scott Tynan.
Well, it was a difficult ball to take again. John Brady doing well on the right-hand side. Good delivery in as well. Unlike Rogers, not dealt with convincingly enough by Barnet, but doing well just to get something on target.
This is Dean Sinclair, a 20-year-old from Luton, takes on the experienced Justin Gregory. And Gregory looks like he's hurt himself in clearing that away.
Well, he's holding his left leg. I just wonder if there's a follow-through from Dean Sinclair. Maybe as a left leg swung, just collided with him. No contact with his first leg, Dean Sinclair. Just think through the follow-through. Should be okay, Justin Gregory.
Graham Westley won't want to be forced into any changes.
No, well, he'd be quite pleased, Graham Westley. He'd be pleased with the way it's gone so far. They've attacked quite well. Look, the stronger of the two teams going forward. And defensively, I've got to say that Rob Quinn and Jason Goodliffe have stood quite strong, not given Grazioli too much of any chance.
Gregory was one of Graham Westley's players when he was the manager and chairman at Farnborough Town. The same week as they faced Arsenal in the FA Cup a couple of seasons ago, he left Farnborough Town, moved to Stevenage to fulfil his ambition of managing. And Gregory was in that side that played against Arsenal. Looks like he's going to be okay to continue here. Yakubu joins the attack. Simon King to Simon Clist. It's comfortable for Goodliffe. He's giving it straight up to Barnet. Then Strevens.
Disappointed by Ben Strevens. He's better than that. All he needs to do really, doesn't need to take anybody on there, just drag it back. He's got a strong right foot and will cut inside, just deliver it into the box. Three players already in the box, just get it in there.
Bailey back to Strevens. Offside. Both managers will be upset when they've got into promising situations. Players have needlessly drifted offside.
Yeah, they have, and I think Barnet probably have been poor in that aspects when they got throw-ins high up the park. They've not really created anything from it, and Paul Fairclough there will be a bit disappointed that they haven't got something into the box, some sort of delivery in for players like Grazioli and Roache to get on the end of. The two front players will be disappointed they've not had any opportunities thus far.
Between these two sides, 16 points at the end of last season. Stevenage were 8 points behind Barnet, finishing 8th. Barnet, of course, went into the playoffs, lost 5-3 on penalties to Shrewsbury in the playoff semi-final after a 2-2 draw. Westley would have been keeping a keen eye on that situation. He was unhappy at some of the so-called unsportsmanlike behaviour from Barnet that he felt took place in the meeting between the two on Boxing Day. Another one to shy away from a controversial comment from Westley.
I think secretly, though, he'd have been pleased with the result at the end of the day. I think that's paramount in his thoughts.
Lopez. Roache had drifted out to the right, and it nearly paid dividends, but it's George Boyd with a chase for Elding.
That's a poor ball forward though by Boyd. They got 2 against 2 there, Maamria and Elding. Decent ball into feet as Maamria pulled away. Elding could have had it to feet and they could have kept the play going.
Roache is drifting more and more out to this right-hand side to try and bring himself into play.
Well, I think it's because he's probably not had any space in the centre, and as I said earlier on, you know, if he could drift a little bit wider, find some space, use his pace, he's got bundles of pace, maybe take on Justin Gregory a little bit more.
Maamria given no space by Lopez. Stevenage keen to keep the tempo up. Elding pressurised by Simon King. Gregory stretches to keep it in. Batt, though, comes away with it. Roache clearly being held on to that. Quinn retakes his place in defence to face up to this free kick. Sinclair. Simon King. Back now to Scott Tynan. Quinn's header, and it'll stay in. Woodman at full stretch, and he needed to be because Grazioli was hovering.
Taking that nicely, Andy Woodman, but we see Roache now to the left-hand side. It's a decent ball in. Grazioli there looking for bits and pieces. We've seen a few times though with Barnet, sometimes that long ball forward is not the best one. It's not the best service for the front two, but they made something out of it that time.
Lopez looking for Roache, but only finding Goodliffe. Forward by Dean Sinclair. Rob Quinn wins the header. An aerial battle at the moment, and Sinclair and Weatherstone involved in a little bit of talking. But the referee has had a strong first half, hasn't allowed anything to go.
No, there wasn't too much wrong with that. I think it was the aftermath there of Weatherstone with his arm around Sinclair. You're expecting a spark to fire up this game a little bit more. It doesn't come. It's a poor pass by Yakubu as well.
Passes like that, he may hope that the Premiership scouts who've been keeping an eye on him haven't turned up today.
Well, I guess we're all allowed a poor pass once in a while, and he has been quite consistent throughout the season. All Fairclough will tell you.
Here's Grazioli, he's got away from Goodliffe! Grazioli, the skipper, opens the scoring for the league leaders. Sheer delight at Underhill.
Well, it's a hopeful ball forward, isn't it? And the first mistake by Jason Goodliffe, just allowing Grazioli to run in behind. Andy Woodman possibly a bit slow off his line. A little bit slow in moving there, Woodman, not quite positive enough. And there's the conference top goal scorer with the simplest of chances, just to help it over the goalkeeper's head.
Former Stevenage player. His first blood against them, his 18th of the season.
How many times do we say it? Well, when it happens that teams are on the ascendancy and they do need to score in those periods of the game when they're pushing forward, and Stevenage haven't done that today. From one hopeful ball forward, sudden, we see Barnet, just 2 attempts on goal. And one of them is the goal.
2 attempts, both of them on target, and one really counting. Grazioli trying to fashion another one. They soaked up the pressure, and now they have the lead. Paul Fairclough's side.
Well, he'd be more than happy with that, especially having the second half to kick downhill. Knows what the advantage is like. Westley would be disappointed. One mistake. And Jason Goodliffe just allowing Grazioli to get in behind.
Boyd finds Elding. Gregory. Maamria is down and will require treatment, but whether that was an offence, let's have a look.
He's just pulled up there, isn't he? It looks like Maamria's just possibly pulled a muscle, possibly a hamstring. Didn't look like he was at full stretch though when he went for it. Oh, it could be a groin.
Graham Westley has seen a very positive first half hour evaporate and turn into something of a nightmare in the closing minutes of this first half. Losing a goal and now losing his main man up front.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him. Not looking good. No, they're getting the sign there from the physio. I think he's pulled possibly a groin there. Maybe the adductor muscle. Graham Westley, I think the Roache caved in for him. He's making the substitution straight away anyway.
To be out for any longer. But the man who loves scoring against Barnet and has 7 in 7 games against them limps off. Here's Brian Quailey, the 26-year-old from Leicester. Stevenage, his 9th club. Among his former ones, West Bromwich Albion, Blackpool, Scunthorpe. And he moved from Tamworth to Stevenage Borough. Now he moves into the thick of things with his side trailing by 1 goal to 0. Roache and Grazioli both closing in. Goodliffe was there first.
Grazioli seems to have found that extra yard of pace now. Amazing what a goal does, and a lift from the crowd as well.
Well, we're into the last 10 minutes of the first half, and Barnet won't want it to end at the moment, but they have worries of their own. Lopez is the man who's down.
Oh, may have taken an arm in the face there, essentially. Again, not a great deal of contact from Elding. He's being backed into, just trying to stand strong. Looks okay, Lopez.
Lopez, the Frenchman from Calais, who arrived at Barnet when he turned up at the training ground and asked for a trial. Roache's turn was foiled. Boyd looks to clear. This is Justin Gregory now. He's given it straight to Damien Batt. Maamria going off, we can confirm for you. It is a hamstring injury as originally thought, and that could be a lengthy layoff depending how badly it is tweaked or pulled.
Yeah, I mean, after about 4 weeks he should be back. That's a long time. Season for Stevenage. Trying to get him back, I think, as soon as possible. Depends how bad the pull is. Obviously it was bad enough to get him straight off the pitch. Don't want to take any chances with him.
Well, next up for Stevenage, they have a home game against York, and then with no involvement in the FA Cup due to exit early December against Rochdale, and the FA Trophy against Woking after that. Strongly in was Quinn, and we may well see the first flash of yellow from Gary Sutton.
Quinn's got to get a yellow card for this, although he's going to say that he won the ball, but he's jumped in from a distance. He's asking the question to the referee. No way, he says, but we see him jumping in with both feet.
Last season, as we said before, there were 8 yellow cards and 2 reds in this fixture here at Underhill. There's the first of them this afternoon. Nicky Bailey stands over the free kick. Sinclair has done well to get on the ball. Strevens' cross. It's away by Quinn. Bailey first to react against the substitute Quailey. King. Strevens now. Lopez's header. Didn't quite get as much on it as perhaps he would have liked.
Well, he's done well, hasn't he? He's got a good leap on him there, Guy Lopez. Managed to get something on it, although there's not a lot of strength on the header.
Lopez. Gregory. Closed down by Lopez. He seems to be in the mood at the moment. Grazioli, though, can't pick out his strike partner, Roache.
Also got to say, boys, the Barnet team now have warmed to the game since the goal. They're getting a lot closer to the Stevenage players, especially in that midfield area. They're winning more challenges, some better tackles coming in.
Bailey again. And the Barnet fans in fine voice. In towards Lopez. Well, more conference action follows on. 2:15 Sky Sports 1. Another local derby for you. Carlisle in second place in the conference take on Morecambe. Grazioli goal is the one that separates the two sides as we move into the last 3.5 minutes of this first half. Roache, beaten by Quinn. Sinclair recovers. Grazioli now. Batt. Grazioli occupying a slightly deeper position. Elding. Grazioli will be very relieved that Yakubu was able to recover that because it was given away cheaply as Weatherstone thundered into the challenge. Sinclair can't get that. Quinn turns it towards Roache. And Gregory goes to ground. And the free kick has been given the way of the visitors.
Justin Gregory just tried to get in the way there. Lopez has got the pace on him. Referee saw it the other way.
Good header by King. Touched on by Nicky Bailey. This is Danny Bulman. Bailey now for Barnet. Lopez. Looking for Sinclair. But beyond Quinn. Position Barnet players around him, but he went for the powerful drive forward, Dean Sinclair.
Yeah, he's just coming into the game a little bit more in the last few minutes as well. Sinclair trying to get onto the edge of the box. Trying to do a little bit too much there with the ball though. Extra pass was on.
Dean Sinclair, like Batt, a former Norwich City trainee. Found himself at Underhill after being released by the Canaries. Strevens is giving it straight to Gregory. Lopez tears across to try and cut off Gregory. Has precious little support, so he's got to go himself. Forwards cross. So straight to Yakubu. Now Lee Roache. They've run at Quinn. Boyd coming back to him now. Bailey is in support. Roache looks to go himself. Great work by Lee Roache. Strevens looking forward, and Roache! Well, it would have been fitting had he ended up with a goal, because there was some fine work by Lee Roache in the early stages of that move.
He's done well, good little layoff as well by Strevens, and a good turn, nice and sharp, gets his shot away, didn't quite hit the target. There's some wonderful skill here between players, just flicks it between the two and goes on. And his final pass, not the best. Some good skill there by Roache.
Well, he already has one goal this season against Stevenage. It came in the meeting here early on in the LDV Vans Trophy, but Barnet won by 3-1.
Well, we said earlier on we'd like to see him maybe make those runs a little bit wider from inside to out, and take on the likes of Justin Gregory. Just beginning to do it now.
King's header. Concedes the corner kick though. So a chance in stoppage time at the end of the first half for Stevenage to go in on level terms.
Well, Brady's done well there to get anything at all.
They've had more efforts on goal. They've had more corner kicks. The most telling statistic is that Stevenage trail. Is forward, but it's angled back towards Rob Quinn. This is the substitute Quailey. Boyd now. And pressing the ball well. Leading the line of that was Grazioli.
Everybody back for Barnet, as you would expect at this stage. A couple of minutes to go before half-time. Certainly doing his work as well, defensively.
Lopez clears as a chase for Roache. Gregory quickly and well across as well.
Oh, had to win that, Justin Gregory. Important one to win, wasn't it? Last line of defence there. We've seen the face of Roache can cause problems.
Will that come off the hand of Roache? And the play will continue. Grown into the game as the first half has continued. King. Quinn and Gregory leaving it to each other. That's the final foray of the first half. Graham Westley sees the former Stevenage player Giuliano Grazioli give the league leaders the lead. At half-time, it's Barnet 1, Stevenage 0.
Depleted Barnet then, a goal to the good at half-time. They could have been 2 goals down early on. We'll get the thoughts of Martin Allen in a few moments' time on a game which Barnet lead thanks to a Giuliano Grazioli goal. Thank you very much, he says. 1-0. He's 18th of the season. Barnet 1, Stevenage 0.
2005 on Sky Sports.
However you choose to see the world, now you can see it from Gatwick. Fly from Gatwick to Dubai and onwards to Asia, Australia and New Zealand. action-packed blockbuster, The Chronicles of Riddick.
You're not the one to bring me down.
Hunt Riddick down on DVD Monday.
Everybody wants perfect vision. Who wouldn't? No glasses, no contact lenses. I saw a difference immediately, and after a few hours, my sight was brilliant.
Ultralaser now offers the most advanced wavefront and iris recognition technology in all their clinics.
It's amazing that such a simple procedure can give such incredible results. How does it feel? Unbelievable.
For free information on laser eye treatment, call free phone 08000 08000 or visit ultralaser.com.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Oh, now then, how can our bank help you?
I'd like to open a savings account.
Oh, music to my ears. Customer wants to open a savings account. Hey? Now, how much have you got?
£1.
£1?
Yes.
Not very much, is it?
Well, no.
£1. I mean, it's not a laughing matter, I don't think, really, is it?
Look, I just want to open a savings account. Hello? Hello?
No, I mean, if you'd made it 50, I would have thought about it.
At Nationwide Building Society, all our accounts are available to everyone. And you can open an account with as little as £1 to get you started. Nationwide. Proud to be different.
It's all right. He's gone.
This job has good sides and bad sides.
Up to here, my hair belongs to the army.
I'm an engineer. I'm a minefield clearer. I'm a bridge layer.
The rest of the hair.
That's mine.
When specialist skills are needed, I'm first in. I've also learned to be a plumber.
That is just absolute rubbish.
Booby traps, bridge demolitions, water supply. If you want to find out more, call 08457 300 111. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Discover the mysterious world of ancient Egypt. Every fortnight, a detailed figurine plus a magazine. The Gods of Ancient Egypt. Part 1, only 99p.
I'm an IT manager with benefits and a company car.
I'm a website designer with real job satisfaction and less stress.
I design computer games, earning $30,000 a year with real promotion prospects.
I'm a computer programmer working from home, spending more time with family and friends.
If you're underpaid and undervalued and want real job prospects, train for a career in computers now with CompuTeach, one of the UK's leaders in IT training. Join thousands who left their old jobs behind. You don't need experience, you learn mainly at home, in your own time, for IT qualifications employers really want. CompuTeach will even help you find the right job. Change your life forever. More money, better prospects, better quality of life. Call CompuTeach now on 0800 657 657 for a free information pack. That's 0800 657 657.
There's live Premiership action. Tomorrow, 7:30, West Bromwich Albion against Newcastle on Sky Sports 1, and Southampton against Fulham is on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, also Sky Sports 1. And more live football on Prem Plus. Norwich against Liverpool tomorrow at 12:30 on Channel 433, or call us on 08705 160 160. And on Tuesday at 7:30, Manchester United against Tottenham, same place, same number. Number at Underhill is 1-0 to Barnet, but they could have been 2 or 3 goals down before they got that goal. Giuliano Grazioli, the goal scorer, their prolific goal scorer. With me is Martin Allen, who knows all about Grazioli. He doesn't stop scoring goals, does he?
No, he's priceless. He's always looking to get in behind that last defender, to go in where it hurts in the 18-yard box, and he's always thinking first and foremost about getting goals and getting opportunities on goal. And as you've seen, he doesn't really touch the ball too much in the game, but he works very hard for the team also defensively. He's not frightened to track back and run around and stop the other team from playing across the back. But when it goes forward, he's always there or thereabouts, and it was typical, really. It's just a typical performance from Grazioli today. It deflates Stevenage as well, because we'll see a couple of their chances early on. First of all, a couple of headers. First, Anthony Elding. Yeah, 2 set plays, one from the long kick from Woodman. The first header's not cleared, and I think really it'd been better with a guiding type header to the far post rather than he's actually tried to power that rather than a bit more technique. And then another one is another free-header at the far post, and his body position square to the goal rather than side on, and it's very difficult to score with that back flick. But you know, off those two set plays, that's where Barnet have had problems. But now Maamria has gone off the pitch. That's a big blow for Stevenage, because he was doing very well, and we'll have to see if Quailey can come in and help. But in the last 20 minutes since that goal, Barnet have certainly picked up, and their younger lads have weathered the storm, and they've definitely picked up a yard in pace and confidence, and now they're looking very comfortable and getting on the ball, passing and playing. And young Roache up front there, he's looking a real danger.
33 minutes when the goal came from Grazioli. Any criticism of the goalkeeper?
Well, I'm not sure really. You've got to say the centre-half, Quinn there, should have been picking up Grazioli by the looks of it. Clive in the commentary said the goalkeeper should have been on his front foot, but it only just gets into the box, so it would have been a very fine call for the keeper to have been right there, stood there to clear that one. But the second centre-half, Quinn, as Grazioli knocks that one in, is sort of 5 yards away. So I'm sure Graham would have warned them before the game that any time Barnet do get an opportunity of playing forward, Grazioli's got to be marked goal side, because that is the only run he makes.
44 goals in 66 appearances now. Giuliano Grazioli for Barnet. He's just a pure goal scorer, isn't he? They could do with a new ground, though, could Barnet, or at least redevelop the present one. Underhill is not really suitable for Football League action if they get there, if they stay top of the table. And they've got a healthy lead at the moment, and they're having a protest to try and force the council to give them more assistance in their search for a new ground or redevelop Underhill. Red card to the council is the message at half-time, but they're also doing pretty well on the field at the moment, though, to ignore that kind of protest at the moment. All we are saying is give us a ground. Well, we've heard that from Brighton as well, haven't we, over the years, with their ground at the moment. But on the field, it's looking good. Barnet 1, Stevenage 0.
It is a business. I mean, I ain't a fortune. The relationships and the lifestyle. The women behind the men, behind the darts.
I adore the bloke.
At Laffy's Wife with Strip Pit, Darts Players' Wives. Thursday, 9 o'clock, Sky 1.
Hey, Sam, look, it's Suki.
Hey, Nick.
Wow, a feast.
Oh, I got cat food we get back home. Sam will love it.
Work with me on this.
Sam loves Chinese cat food. No?
No. What's in there? Where does that go?
What's it like being a fish?
How deep is it?
How high?
How long do those take?
Who lives there?
How did he catch that?
What does it mean?
What does that feel like?
What's out there? Where will your curiosity take you? P&O Cruises. There's a world out there.
Unlike some cards, Capital One offers a low rate that stays low. No sudden jumps for the balance transfer rate. And no sky-high purchase rate. The Capital One No Hassle Platinum card. Just one low rate that stays low. On balance transfers and purchases.
What's in your wallet?
How could Harvey's possibly make this three-seater sofa even more gorgeous? Easy. They've made it half price, then taken an extra 10% off. In fact, everything in the sale, including this leather sofa, is half price plus an extra 10% off. So, guess what they've done with these? Yep, made them half price and taken an extra 10% off. It's Harvey's biggest ever furniture sale.
Harvey sale, now on at 170 stores nationwide.
She'll go faster.
Critics are calling The Aviator astonishing, thrilling, spectacular. It's Martin Scorsese's best movie since Goodfellas, and now it's been nominated for 6 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture of the Year. The Aviator.
place gives me the creeps.
Don't worry.
Discover the mysterious world of ancient Egypt and its gods. Ra, Isis, Osiris. Every fortnight a detailed figurine plus a magazine. The Gods of Ancient Egypt, Part 1 and Ra figurine only 99p.
Lemsip's new Sinus 12-hour product is the only one to help treat sinus pressure pain and congestion for up to 12 hours. Lemsip, let's get on with life.
That's a bit flash, Steve. Latest Nokia flip phone. Free at the link. Nice one. Comes with a whole year's half-price line rental. Result? Stainless steel, built-in video recorder and camera, and check out the screen. Sensational. Steady on, mate.
Not your phone, you lemon. Look at the button on that.
The Link. Phones to suit every pocket.
Daddy needs to know some information about Mommy's new boyfriend.
Mom doesn't want us to talk about that when we're here.
I understand, sweetheart. That's why we have the money.
The second game in our live double bill is Carlisle against Morecambe later today after the finish at Underhill on Sky Sports 1. Another conference game live tomorrow at noon, Halifax against Accrington, once again on Sky Sports 1. Martin Allen will be staying with us for both games. We'll get his thoughts at the end of this second 45 minutes at Underhill. Let's get news of any changes from our commentators, Clive Walker and Bill Leslie.
Thanks, George. Just the one change to report, a second hamstring injury, but the first one for Barnet sees Simon King make way. The 18-year-old Tom Champion, the former Watford Academy player, will come on and join Ismail Yakubu in the centre-half position. So one change each, one goal in the game. It came from Giuliano Grazioli, and Stevenage get back into it and keep their good run over the last few games alive. 10 points out of the last 12 they've taken. But they do have the disadvantage in this second half and going to defend the goal at the bottom of the Underhill hill. Strevens, this is Grazioli, booed by the Stevenage fans, but his name was sung from the rafters back in 1998 when he scored the goal against Newcastle United in the FA Cup when Paul Fairclough was manager. A goal that took it to a replay, which they eventually lost at St James's Park. Boyd has won a corner kick.
Again, Boyd looked a little bit nervous as he did in the first 5 minutes or so. Not too sure whether to take on Damien Batt or just to get a delivery in the box. Just about managed to scrape a corner there.
Well, they've lost the height of Maamria, but Quailey is the substitute. Came through to him, and Nicky Bailey will be pleased to see that one sail behind for another corner. So Barnet need to reorganise.
That was a poor delivery by Boyd, wasn't it? Should have been cleared at the near post, but Bailey there had to get something on it. Just managing to get it over the crossbar. Chance now for Boyd to get a delivery into the box.
Well, already in the opening minutes of the second half, Stevenage have matched their corner kick tally from the first. Goodliffe was forward, away from the Borough captain. Brady, away by Bailey. Acrobatically forward by Weatherstone. With his keeper as he turns it away to safety.
Everybody looking around at each other there in the Barnet defence to clear the ball away, and you've got to feel that Damien Batt's done the right thing. Saw his goalkeeper come, wasn't sure if he was going to get there. for the corner to Stevenage.
Pressure from the visitors early in this second half. It's over the head of Goodliffe. Away by Damien Batt, and this is now Lee Roache. Held up by foul means by Danny Bulman.
He's got better and better as the game's gone on as well. Lee Roache come more into the game. More up for the challenge.
Grazioli has beaten Woodman to it. Who started off his career at Crystal Palace, Andy Woodman, able to get it out to safety. Nervous for a moment though.
Yeah, chasing the lost cause there. Giulio Graziani. Andy Woodman unsure as to whether the ball's going to come into his penalty area or not.
Strevens' cross. It's a useful one as well. Bailey underneath it. So too is Quinn. Bulman. Quailey. Clist comes out of his area to clear. Just establishing lines of communication with a half-time substitute, Tom Champion.
Chance to switch the play there, Stevenage. I think they need to do that a little bit more often. Try to get back into this game, keep the ball moving, keep switching play.
Champion has missed it in the air. This is Quailey to cut it back, and Stevenage have pulled it back. Simon Weatherstone with the goal, and now we have a real Hertfordshire derby on our hands.
They've done well from a simple throw, not dealt with by the Barnet defence, and the ball pulled back so well, and there's Weatherstone 6-7 yards from goal just to slide it in. He's done well, Quailey, just to get any sort of ball across the face. Yakubu not dealing with the header. Tynan with no chance at all.
And the only move to the club a couple of months ago from Hornchurch, and that's without doubt the most important goal he's scored so far in his fledgling Stevenage career. The 24-year-old from Reading. Champion pressurised by Quailey, and Stevenage have started this second half really well.
We just wonder whether the upset of Simon King going off and Tom Champion going in has made any problems there for the Barnet defence, but they didn't deal with the initial throw-in.
This is a work set piece from the training ground. Boyd. And a touch to the left-hand side allowed the Barnet ball to move out and block away. It's Rogers' throw. Here is Boyd. Able to direct it with his right foot.
Good start there for Graham Westley in the second period. Started nice and brightly in the first half. We need to keep this going now. Stevenage will be with the Stevenage side now in this game.
Quinn's header, strongly on by Sinclair. Goal scorer Weatherstone. Away from Guy Lopez. Getting to the ball, he also caught something of the man. Barnet have the free kick. Bailey to take this free kick, and Barnet have committed their bodies forward to the edge of the penalty area, and the delivery be right.
Just overhit by Nicky Bailey, wasn't it? Downhill with the wind. Disappointing ball in the end.
It's a hard one to judge. A very chilly afternoon in early January in Hertfordshire, and the wind is gusting around as well. On the Barnet eyes as they play down the hill in the second half. Bulman's header for Brady. chase for the former Spurs trainee, Elding. Giving it the cause, Scott Tynan is there. We talked in the first half about the youthful nature of the back five, goalkeeper and the four defenders. Well, it's got even more youthful. Tynan at 21, Batt at 20, Yakubu 19, now champion in there who's only 18, and Simon Clist, the grandfather of them all at the ripe old age of 23.
I thought him 23 years of age, but they play together quite a lot now, Clist, Yakubu. Of course, he's been in a few times, so they know each other, but some champion now with a big job, really. Just been alongside Yakubu. Again, Stevenage on the ascendancy.
It's only the second conference appearance that one champion has made. So I think he's thrown him on the deep end. Here he is against Quailey. Sticking to the task well. There will be another corner kick. Fourth so far of this second half for Stevenage.
Again, just a hopeful ball into that corner. Quailey's done well to get anything out of it. Some champion looks like he's got a job on his hands. Bit of a strong lad, Quailey.
He's one of the host of Stevenage players inside the Barnet penalty area. Corner kick number 6. Woodman takes it. Strevens the man at the near post.
Difficult one, that corner. There's not a lot of room. Just one step, and you've got to try and deliver the ball in. That's some sort of arrangement there. Stevenage will players run away and come back into that near post area. Eventually the ball into that near post was a poor one.
Well, you look at Stevenage's away record this season, and it's been pretty good. They've won 5 of their 11 games. In fact, in the whole conference, only the host today, Barnet, have won more games away from home. Lost on the road for their last 5 since October, when they suffered a 3-1 reverse, and besides to drop out of the Football League last season, York City. Quailey touches on to Elding. Might fall for Weatherstone again. Not quite as comfortable on his left foot.
Oh, good challenge as well by Mickey Bailey, just sliding in there just to put him off.
It's a push in the back by Quinn and Lee Roache.
Just haven't got it going again, have they, Barnet, in this second half? Paul Fairclough will be disappointed that they've not really got any efforts on goal or threatened to score.
In by Grazioli, but the flag is up to deny the conference's top scorer.
Again, it's just a clip ball into that far post area, and Stevenage don't deal with it. There we see the header. Well, that's tight. Grazioli just about given off the offside, but he was again. Any half chance.
Grazioli was on the back foot, just trying to stay in an offside position, so was unable really to chase that one down. The ever-present danger of Giuliano Grazioli. Champion takes no chances. And that surname, I suppose, for a player who plays his football for a side 11 points clear, just past the halfway point of the season at the top of the conference. And things can change so quickly. A third defeat in 4 games for Barnet would not be something that they want to contemplate, especially after losing only one of 20-odd games in the opening stage of the season when they were running riot. Still, 1-1 is the scoreline. Still have a long way to go. I'm sure that would be one that would suit the home side much more than the visitors here today, especially when you consider the 3 suspensions that have really affected the Barnet first choice lineup.
You've got to say that any players that are missing this sort of level, if you miss maybe a couple of your stronger players, you're going to be struggling to bring players in. It's a foul by Grazioli. Good strike though. But they'll be pleased. I think they'll be pleased that with the players they've got out at the moment, that they're still in the game. I mean, Stevenage have looked quite strong, especially in that opening 20 minutes or so. Again, now in this second period where they scored their goal, they really haven't fashioned too much in the second half.
Nicky Bailey, he scored twice actually in the LVB game against Stevenage here earlier on this season. Brady seeks Elding, came off Elding. It should be a Barnet throw, indeed it is. Another equaliser for Stevenage coming from the midfielder, breaking into the penalty area. And since they've missed Maamria, who went off late on in the first half with an injured hamstring, caused us many problems, the front pairing.
I think this is something that Barnet needs to do a little bit more of, a little bit of passing. Stevenage haven't allowed them to do the passing game that we know they're good at. If they're given the opportunities, Barnet, you just feel they can pass perhaps Stevenage not off the park, but a little bit more into more dangerous areas.
And the second yellow card, there's one for George Boyd. And the suspension will duly follow for the Stevenage player. And that's the FA Trophy game up and coming. Strevens' ball was swirling, and Woodman felt he could take no chances with it. Stayed in, but not for long. Bailey getting it out in no uncertain terms. The last time the Sky cameras were here, he scored a spectacular goal, didn't he, Nicky Bailey, against Dagenham and Redbridge when they ran riot in that 5-0 win.
Yeah, he did. Wonderful goal. A good performance too. He played well on the day. Good strike as well. 5 goals as well, we saw. Good entertainment.
Good work from Guy Lopez. Bulman back for Stevenage. Gregory, side flag up against Weatherstone. We're seeing much more of him as an attacking force in the second half.
Yeah, we are. He's managing to get forward a little bit more often. I think what we're seeing as well with Barnet is they're trying to push forward as well from midfield. And it's become one of those games where it's where one springboards the other. So it's nice to see Weatherstone getting that far forward. Didn't see a lot of that in the first half.
Batt. We get beyond Boyd. Showed some good touches this afternoon, Batt. And Guy Lopez runs into trouble there in the form of Weatherstone. There will be a free kick for Barnet.
Well, he's overrun the ball, hasn't he, Lopez? Doesn't try to do too much, but Weatherstone's put his arm in his face there just to block his run. Giving away the free kick. We just feel Barnet there. First of all, Batt's done quite well initially. Tried to do a little bit too much on the ball. Then Lopez is doing too much. Need to just get the ball down, pass it around and move it a little bit quicker. But they've got themselves a free kick now. And Strevens, it looks like the man to strike it.
Dean Sinclair also standing over the ball. Will he go for goal? He'll look to bring one of his teammates in. Well, neither. Sinclair also sees his effort blocked away. Or by Clist.
Disappointing free kick there. Really poor. 2 attempts there to get the ball into the box. Strevens' initial strike was a poor one straight into the wall. And then after that, Sinclair really just flicked it over the top to give his forwards a chance.
He's got 1 goal so far this season, Strevens. And it looked like having a second. Roache tidily forward to the onrushing Sinclair. And Strevens in support wide right. They'll look to pick out Grazioli. Stevenage finding Elding now.
It's better play though by Barnet, just beginning to pass the ball a little bit more.
Elding, good hold-up play from Quailey. And Elding pick him out again. And he'll go for goal himself. And that was relatively comfortable for young Scott Tynan.
He found himself Elding here 1 against 1. I just thought he should have gone at the defender a little bit sharper, a little bit quicker. Maybe take him on or find his angle quicker than he did. But he managed to get the shot away and he's lost the opportunity. He's too close to the goalkeeper.
Quailey's run had made space. The other defender had been drawn across towards the ball, so there was also the option to play it in square. Champion, he's given it straight to Quailey. Has he fouled him as well? Well, he looked nervously towards the referee, Gary Sutton.
This is poor play by Tom Champion, just delaying on the ball. And Quailey to get his foot in. You just see him try and block the attempt by Quailey. I think there's a lot wrong with Quailey here, but it's a little bit fortunate there, Champion. He give the ball away, he's clambered all over Quailey.
On another day, it could well have been certainly a free kick or a booking for pulling back, but he's got away with it.
Strange what was happening there with Tom Champion there, just delaying on the ball, and just wonder what he was thinking about there on the edge of his own penalty area.
Well, failed to prepare to fail, and Stevenage have certainly got their homework done. All various permutations from tactical set pieces are up on the back of the dugout. Busy boy with his Christmas vote tips.
Just be interesting to know how many of the players actually have taken all of that on board. I'm sure they haven't taken all of it, but maybe 1 or 2 pieces of information players can extract from it. And if they remember that, they've done well. But, Graham Westley obviously very thorough in his approach to the game. Days, it was to put the team sheet up and get on with it. Course of Woking, and it was probably less than that.
Not even a team sheet. Here's Champion. Well, Quailey is okay after treatment. Clist get in each other's way, and Stevenage take their chance. Reilly just wide. Oh, Barnet will breathe a sigh of relief. Very nearly architects of their own downfall.
Terrible communication between the 2 players, Clist and Bailey. But this is a great cross by John Brady. That's a good header by Quailey as well. Just unlucky there. And someone in there scrambling across his goal.
Well, he's never scored an away goal for Stevenage, has Quailey. It's been some time for the Leicester lad. Late on Strevens from Rogers. The referee took a look and decided that no action other than the free kick was required. Here comes the second Barnet change. Lopez, who's going off, and Richard Graham, who's been injured recently, missed the last couple of games, but because of the planning that Barnet did for this game in terms of announcing the team early and practicing various things, even though he was fit to play today, just being edged back into action from the substitutes bench, and you can hear how pleased the crowd at Underhill are to see him back. He's been a fine performer for them this season.
Well, he has, he's an exciting player as well. He'll get up and down the line as quickly as possible, take players on. He'll cause problems for the Stevenage defence. Disappointing free kick as well again, trying to get Graham in the game as quickly as they can.
There's a former Northern Ireland international, Richard Graham, under 21 level.
And he's got some ability, Richard Graham. We've seen him before. He can create for his front men.
25, one of the older players for Barnet on show today anyway. Champion. It's charged down by Brady. Clist is on hand to help out. Brady again. Graham. And just around halfway through this second half, 3/4 of the way through the match. 1-1 it is. Grazioli's first half goal, levelled up by Simon Weatherstone in this second. Challenge from Goodliffe has failed Roache. It'll be a free kick to Barnet.
Jason Goodliffe, an uncompromising defender there, taking no prisoners. Obviously a free kick, referee deems it not to be a yellow card, but he'll have to be careful.
Bailey. Grazioli got the touch on. It's away by Gregory. Hooked on by Weatherstone.
Support slow to come forward from midfield though for Barnet. A chance for Stevenage to break.
Through Boyd. Quailey in the centre, as is Elding. Strevens able to hold up the forward progress of Stevenage, but not for long. Boyd still going. It's away by Clist. The flag was up for offside.
He's done well there, George Boyd, hasn't he? He's found some space. He's got two players around him. He's got a lot of skill. Just hasn't quite got that pace or that burst of speed that gets him past defenders, but tons of ability and a good, decent left foot. That's a good ball into the box as well.
In by Graham. Stevenage started this second half strongly, winning a host of corner kicks and eventually forcing the equaliser. Since then it's been a little more level. Cross in, not dealt with, and Elding couldn't put it in. Well, it came off a home player last, but that was a great chance for Anthony Elding.
Well, again, John Brady doing well on the right-hand side, delivering it this time with his left foot. Weatherstone's in there. And Elding sliding in, he's actually gone for a corner. And it's deflected off the central defender.
Boyd's corner, drilled low. Hold-up play from Roache, just what his manager would want, and his teammates as well, relieving the Stevenage pressure. Now can they turn defence into attack? Batt looks long, and can't pick out anyone in the amber and black.
Well, attempts on goal there. Obviously Stevenage well on top. One target still on top. It's the goals that count. It's 1-1. It's anybody's game at this moment in time.
Finely balanced in the Hertfordshire derby. Grazioli chases, but Woodman is out quickly.
He's a bit lucky there, Andy Woodman. He's come down right on the line. Almost carried the ball out the box. He was nice and positive.
This is Clist for Graham. Bailey. Got away with it.
Yeah, sloppy pass by Bailey. Again, Graham doing well under pressure. Giving Bailey that little bit of space to deliver the ball forward. Almost made a hatch of it.
Batt. It's Gregory's header down. Hooked on by Boyd. Champion, Yakubu. nerves, I'm sure, in the dugout. So Paul Fairclough.
He's done well in the Yakubu. He just thought, hang on a second, he's going to give the ball away here. He's done well. The ball back to Tynan. And they've won themselves a free kick now, Barnet. Yakubu going forward. Champion looks like he wants to go with him.
Well, Roache and Grazioli hover inside the penalty area, as does Yakubu. Champions come up from the back as well.
Just excitement, Clist needs to put these balls in a little bit flatter than he has done.
Commandingly away by Goodliffe.
Just hanging a little bit too much. Goodliffe able to get to the ball first, unchallenged.
Throw. Thrown in, not cleared away. So Quinn finally hooked it clear. Clist now. Maybe you thought he had back up out wide. And then you have red and white shirts. And they now pour forward. Elding. Weatherstone wanted it played early. Oh, but he'll get another chance here after a Barnet mistake. And Scott Tynan bails out the conference leaders.
Oh, great chance there for Stevenage to elusive goal. It's unfortunate. And Quailey really struggling to clear his lines. Scott Tynan very, very sharp off his line.
It's just one clean sheet in 8 now for Scott Tynan and for Barnet. Came last time out here against Scarborough. 1-0 win, which was so important to end the little losing run. It was the first time this season they'd lost 2 on the bounce. The shot from Brady just dribbled wide.
Well, that's a poor shot as well by John Brady. Quailey making a good run in behind, taking defenders away. Brady comes on his left foot. Well, he could have gone further. He seems to shoot from distance, and it's a poor one.
Yakubu. Roache jumped early. Jumped into his man, Quinn, a little bit too much. More conference action follows this, 2:15 p.m. Sky Sports 1 still, and it's Carlisle against Morecambe. It's 1-1 here at Underhill. It's Stevenage pressurising.
That's a poor decision by the referee for me. Very, very poor decision. He could have delayed the blowing of his whistle by a second or two. Here we see the header here. It's Champion who's created the foul, but Stevenage had a great chance there to get the second goal.
Substitute Tom Champion goes into the book. It's been a far from easy afternoon since he was introduced for the injured Simon King at half-time.
I think, to be honest there, Bill, the referee's made the mistake of blowing the whistle too early, and he feels he's got to justify it by booking somebody. I don't think John Champion really collided too much, so he mistimed his run in. And the referee's made a mistake, but I think he's booked him because he's made that mistake.
Key incident in the grand scheme of this match. Certainly this one would appear to be. No advantage played by the referee Gary Sutton. What can Stevenage now do from the free kick? Bulman drills into the wall.
It's disappointing, isn't it? It's from distance from Danny Bulman, doing it straight at the wall. Plenty of players in the box.
Brady couldn't control. We've seen it from both sides, from promising positions, similar sort of distance outside the penalty area, just failing to beat the wall.
Yeah, it's just you like to see something a little bit different, don't you? Just think, well, perhaps they can do something on the training field. Apart from the straight shot at goal, is there something else on? Both teams really haven't shown that.
Stevenage goal scorer, Simon Weatherstone, is across on the cover. Barnet, I'm sure, will be hoping that Richard Graham is able to get into the game. Hasn't really seen too much of it since he came on as substitute for Guy Lopez. Champion. Grazioli, tidally controlled for Graham. Already had a play though.
We haven't really seen anything of Richard Graham though so far. Nice to see him getting involved. But been difficult for him. A lot of passing by Barnet.
Elding, he's got away from champion. This is a great chance. Tynan came a long way. Did he impede Anthony Elding, though? The referee says no. And it'll be just a goal kick.
Well, I didn't think there was too much in this. I think Anthony Elding should have done a lot better. Quailey does well initially. Elding doesn't get his head up at all. Look, he's looking at the ball. If he sees the goalkeeper coming off his line as he was, I think he could have just got the shot away and slotted it past him.
Roache's header. Quinn just prevented the passage through the Grazioli, and it's Gregory to clear for Stevenage.
He's a little bit lucky there, Quinn. I think he's got advance of the ball, anything over the top. And I think Grazioli would have been in again. Just got to be careful. He sneaks in behind Grazioli.
Well, he scored one. Seeing one ruled out for offside. And certainly it's Scott Tynan who's the busier goalkeeper at the moment.
That's an interesting one there. Finally coming back from an offside position. And does he become active? But he's become active from a ball from a Barnet player. You see, he's just walking back there. And now he becomes active. He's in an offside position, but it's from a Barnet pass.
Well on by Strevens. Weatherstone convincing in his first half. The second not much better either. Thrown for Bailey. Burrow his way through Bailey. Seems the palm of Woodman, but causes no real concern.
Not get any sort of crossing at all there, Reilly. Pressure from two Stevenage players.
Closing stages of the game. Coming to the time of proceedings when it's those who dare win.
Well, I think we need time when you just feel like you need someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Really put some pressure on either defence. Just feel possibly Elding, possibly Grazioli. Maybe it could be someone like Dean Sinclair. We haven't seen a great deal of again in this second period. It's been disappointing today, but he's got the ability to break from midfield. Possibly put the ball in the back of the net.
Bailey for Strevens. Grazioli. That was good defending by Goodliffe. Now a chase for Quailey. This looks to be the winner. Just clipped.
Again, not too much contact there. Referee blows his whistle for a free kick.
Batt. Strevens on the overlapping run. Now Batt in field. Sticking to his task though. Gregory conceding a corner kick.
Well, they've won themselves a corner there, Barnet. I just feel they could have done more. It's a decent ball out wide for Batt. From the count high in Stevenage's favour. Simon Clist coming all the way over from left back. Taken quickly.
Short to Batt. Sinclair looked to turn it on. Woodman punches. More pressure because this is another corner kick.
Well, he's not got the best of contact on this, Andy Woodman, has he? You see Sinclair just get himself into the box.
Bailey to deliver. It's away but straight into the path of Yakubu, and Woodman is down to eventually gather the ball in.
There's Anthony Elding there with a ball head up on the 6-yard box. And straight at Yakubu. Gets a strike in. Woodman very sharp off his line. Closing it down. He's done well there, Andy Woodman.
Clist looking into the sun. Just making sure he didn't get caught under the ball too much. He's got it away to safety. For the time being anyway. Rogers looks for Quailey. That's Clist header, brought down by Graham. It's too far in front of Strevens, but it was a nice idea.
Unlucky, wasn't he? He's done well at Graham. Find some space again. Just overhit the pass. Got to get more involved, Richard Graham. Always a problem for the referee there.
He's getting involved in the wrong way, but here comes Strevens. This is a great run. Can he finish? And Woodman can only spill it behind.
I'll be interested to see what the referee does here, because he watched that action off the ball from two players. And what the referee's given here. There's a couple of players there, both going at each other. Richard Graham. The referee was looking at it as well and didn't give anything. Surprised at that.
That's hardly appeared to be high arms, maybe even a punch thrown there. But, both players getting away with it. Here comes another change for Barnet. Roache, who's worked hard, had some quality touches out front for Barnet this afternoon, but unable to add to his goal he got here last time out against Scarborough. And on comes McBean, another 18-year-old local lad from Wood Green. It's only his 5th appearance of the season. All these derbies between Barnet and Stevenage seldom pass off without incident. In midfield between Graham and I think it was Brady as well. Simply provided a talking point. Here's Boyd. Gregory now. Weatherstone. Forward by Rogers.
A feeling at the moment Stevenage sitting a little bit too deep, just allowing Barnet to pass the ball a little bit more. If they can keep doing that, Stevenage will be under more pressure. They need to push up a little bit more. Stevenage, for me, sitting a little bit too deep.
Batt dropped as he wants to go beyond. Seems to be another yellow card.
John Brady is going to be the recipient of a yellow. A clumsy challenge more than anything.
Brady from Australia joined the club just over a year ago now from Chester City. He's the 3rd Stevenage booking of the afternoon.
Again, quality needed here by Barnet.
Clist looks deep, and Woodman took a touch where he didn't need to.
Definitely a mistake there by Andy Woodman. He's suggesting that he didn't get a shout from his defenders, and he's got to make a decision on the ball at the far post. Not particularly good ball in by Simon Clist. Corner though to Barnet.
What can Bailey do here? Rising Yakubu! Yakubu looks to have won it for Barnet. Right at the death. His 3rd of the season, and one of Barnet's rising stars. Keeps the league leaders well on top.
Well, again, a decent ball in by Nicky Bailey from the corner. That's a good delivery to the far post, and there's Yakubu, completely unmarked with a free header. He's lost his marker, and that's a great downward header into the bottom corner with Andy Woodman, no chance at all. But you've got to suggest that Woodman really shouldn't have given the corner away in the first place. A little bit better communication at the back by Stevenage, and it would have sailed away for a goal kick, but Barnet taking full advantage.
situation. Should it have been the defender's fault, or is it the goalkeeper's fault that he didn't take any chances? So by touching it out of play.
I think the goalkeeper's got to be aware of what's round him. The ball's very, very deep to the far post area. And sometimes he's got to take charge. He's got to make that right decision. That's what he's in there for. Make the right decision at the right time. I think he may have just taken his eye off the ball possibly and lost the flight of it.
Here's Brady. Can Stevenage come back for a second time this afternoon? A grandstand finish here at Underhill. To take this corner kick for Stevenage. They're 8th of the afternoon so far. In the Hertfordshire breeze, and it's just over. Weatherstone got the first. Wasn't far away from a second.
Well, there was a suggestion of a push there by Yakubu as well in the box. Weatherstone not able to get his shot away on target. Just a clip ball, hanging ball in the air. There's a slight push. Weatherstone with a first-time shot.
There's going to be a change. Final one for Stevenage. Centre half off, centre forward on. It's young Jermaine Hunter. Goodliffe.
Obviously Graham Westley now feels he has to throw caution to the wind. Taking a chance. Needs to get a goal back in the last few minutes.
Well, they've got 3 big men up top. It's down to the likes of Brady to pick them out from wide areas. Stevenage. Unless they can score, it'll be exacting revenge in that it was 2-1 on Boxing Day. It's 2-1 here to Barnet.
Could be their last chance as well. Everybody gone forward for this free kick.
It's deep by Boyd. Tynan came for it. Are we going to see a mirror situation at the other end with the keeper touching it out for a corner? Well, there is time. 4 minutes added on. Should yield at least one opportunity for Stevenage. Nail-biting times for Paul Fairclough. Yakubu's touch for Weatherstone. Blocked away by Richard Graham.
Strong decision there by Simon Weatherstone. I think he should have taken this fully on the volley. He tried to side put it back in, but they're still putting the pressure on Stevenage.
Away by Clist. And the flag up for offside. I just sensed that Barnet may take their time over this one. Goodliffe. Well, the celebrations have already started for the Barnet fans. Graham. It's cross deflected, causing problems, but Goodliffe, like his keeper before, taking no chances.
Well, Richard Graham hasn't been in the game too much, has he, in the second half, but he's done quite well there. Find himself that little bit of space with the cross deflected away. Goodliffe having to react very, very quickly.
Well, you look at the match statistics, and in terms of efforts on goals, Stevenage have dominated. In terms of corner kicks, Stevenage have dominated. But it's the 2 goals that the conference leaders have, which will ensure that they will go 14 points clear at the top, temporarily though, maybe, with Carlisle in action shortly against Morecambe in our second conference game of the day. Clist, dispossessed by Brady. Quailey now, helped out by Bailey. Decisions by the referee today, Gary Sutton, that will certainly the fans talking afterwards, and no doubt the managers will be far from happy with some of them, particularly the one that springs to mind was that potential advantage when the game was still very much in the balance for Stevenage. Here's Elding.
Incredible, wasn't it? Questions will be asked, as they always are, but a chance now for Barnet to break.
And they seal it. This is McBean. Forward to Graham, cut out by Rogers and away by Goodliffe.
A chance to seal it there, Barnet.
Bailey. It's blocked by Goodliffe, who's pulled back out by Bailey. Nothing given. Graham, the touch from Rogers. Came off Graham, so Stevenage have a throw. Forward, and they need to get forward quick, but Elding's drifted offside.
Just looking for a quick break there, ball set, John Brady pinging the ball forward. Elding has run offside, and Graham Westley, it almost looks like he's resigned to the fact that they're not going to win this game.
Bulman. The pressures from Sinclair. Good run that Stevenage have been on recently. Defeat leaves them 19 points behind their local rivals, and Barnet march on at the top of the table. A big win for them in a big game, the first of 2005. Yakubu with the goal to win it, and Paul Fairclough gets revenge against his former club. For Barnet at Underhill. They've beaten Stevenage by 2-1.
Thanks to Bill Leslie and to Clive Walker. What a massive 3 points that is for Barnet. Says more than words ever can. 58 points. They're now 14 points clear as we stand over Carlisle, who play next against Morecambe. And we'll be there live at Brunton Park. Can Carlisle match that?